Cool. Uh, anyway, I don't think I'm gonna do too much today. I think I just want to do this story quest. And maybe this one. I don't know. Yeah, I just mainly want to do the story quest. I don't even have that much to do today, anyway. I did get all of this up to 100%. All I have is this left. I did end up, oh yeah, I need to go here. I guess we could start off by exploring this place for a bit.
Being too popular.
So not in a hurry. We can do it like allow direct join. Allow some people to come in. Alright, let's go in. Let's explore here first. I left it just cause in case it led to a quest or something. I didn't want to do it. Cool.
By royal decree! Yoo-hoo!
The wind rises.
Thyself.
Let's see what's in here.
Hold the line. Yoo-hoo!
Quit following me. Too slow. Upon the gale.
I think I need to get up
Squall
there.
and fury.
Oh crap. Oh, it was right here. Am I? I'm blind.
Quit following me.
God, I hate aiming with this thing. Okay, go up.
Too slow. The wind rises.
I feel like that's right, no?
Behold!
Oh, someone's joining. Wrong one. Yeah, I feel like that's too high. What am I doing? It's this way. Huh?
The wind rises. Bow your head.
Time to shine!
Squall fury. Too slow.
Oh, it must be underneath. Oh, okay, so you hit this and then run there. Okay then. What's the point of this thing? What? Oh, it's nothing. Probably just some storage or whatever.
Wind rises. Behold. Squall and fury.
These are not connected to anything. Cool. Immersion ruined. I'm joking.
The lightning echoing song!
Wedge it, vermin! Too slow. Too slow. Wind rises. Upon the gale. Quit following me. Behold! Too slow.
Guess I need to do this one first then. Oh yeah, what's underneath? I didn't go down yet. Nothing.
The wind rises upon the gale. Too slow. Quit following me. Cha-cha! Too slow.
Let the world collide!
That's far enough!
Midnight Phantasmical Billowing Surge! Rascal Rebuild!
Oh, what's that? There's a door here.
By royalty, hold the line! Yoo-hoo!
Unsightly insects! Behold! Quit following me. Too slow. You even want this? Quit following me. Too slow. Quit following me. Squall Fury! Quit following me.
Missing anything else?
Behold!
Been here. If I go through here, I just come out the same place again. There's nothing else.
Quit following me. The wind rises.
Just need to go here and go up. Wait, how do I do this thing? Can you not?
Oz, reveal! Shower me with praise!
Behold! Too slow. Take it and have fun. Too slow.
Alright. Let's exit co-op.
Relax.
I'll try to pay attention in this one, because I actually want to know what happened to Farina. I'm actually kind of interested, so.
Hey, Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps? You know we're worth it. For quality work and speedy results, choose Paimon and the Traveler.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role, but the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties.
That does sound like a trip.
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find some...
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any...
If you're interested in helping, why not start? Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out...
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon. Paimon approves! Hello there! Are you the guy looking looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two! Are you really willing to act in my
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine. But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard—
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame. That's the thing. We're not some high profile. All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it. Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor, and I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, then we should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous. Her! You're... That was a joke.
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur... Well, yeah... Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day.
At least people
Of
think of her
course,
as an idol.
it all depends on whether she's
I
interested.
thought everyone would just be like, oh,
She
she
might
lied.
consider this opportunity
And
beneath
just
her.
start hating her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Thank you for your help.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to...
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Woo! Where did you get...
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commission.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Well, now that we've got the address...
Squall Fury. Yeah.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Marmonia.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Ah! Okay, when did Poppy Got a Thin Air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags. I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food, But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh, sounds
I
like
thought
you're really
bolognese and
struggling to
tomato
cope.
sauce was just the same. That's gonna piss some people off.
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity! It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now, too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre focilor or blubber profiteroles in no time.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace. Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around...
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad! Yeah, exactly! What the Traveler said! Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help!
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about you. So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so... I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way. After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well-versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capability, but given the present...
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you!
True, but I have... Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character, centuries of pretending to be a different person, changes you completely. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing, but at least I can say that I no longer desire to play.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else? Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the...
Nope.
Short and to the point, okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships, since I'm just an ordinary person now. They'll probably just laugh in my face if true, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Ooh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This perform...
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really.
It's all right, Farina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, yeah, I guess that's all we can do now.
Toodaloo to you, too.
The wind rises.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Farina's decision. Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful... Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a...
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now?
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my...
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something?
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding.
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she...
I see. Well, you see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right! Sounds like everything worked itself out then. Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scold...
Jeez, is Lady Farina...
Only joking, calm down. So, despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for...
Look, there's no point arguing with you. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find... So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole...
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show.
It wouldn't be a story
the last
quest if
thing
that
I want is
happened.
to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home. Myself...
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on. Sure.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list. All right, I'm coming. Nope. Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Farina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position, and all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you? I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, but in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean...
There's no need to think like that, and no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Farina is fine. I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for... Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but... Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in this serial disappearance.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice. But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Farina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing. But ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end.
Oh.
what a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell—
Yes, exactly.
Well, good thing I followed the Traveler here. After he— I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member, but only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though.
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happened? An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before. And so I should like to observe—
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are. All right, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side. Behold! Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction. You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director. One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form. Despite the protests of her family, she longed to live just like any other human. And but one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around—
So far, so good.
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, we need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But
We still haven't decided between a happy end—
By true to life, You mean...
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script, but the deadline's passed and we still haven't heard from him. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Farina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop! You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago, said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson? Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the... So, allons-y. To Poisson!
Pressure's on now. We gotta make sure we're fully prepared.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the...
You came all the way here for that?
Alright. Forget that for now. Just...
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be up...
Okay then. Looking...
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Farina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Paulo? Looks like he could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here...
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. Well, get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling.
It's okay. These things take time. Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to avoid upsetting the peace. I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie.
That's so thoughtful of you.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all, like my father before me. Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so...
Quit following me.
I'm so grateful that Miss Nafia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson?
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to— Yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people. I guess I was—
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
I can't let myself see only the things I want.
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rosula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson.
Behold!
Hippity hoppity.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll.
We don't mind.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You're only doing your duty.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst-case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, but on some level, freedom.
Paimon would have never imagined you.
Reward? I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same. I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's your—
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me.
Oh no. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to—
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl.
Me? I'm an Oceanid.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines, too. Like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and Once my family found out it couldn't be treated, I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to.
Farina? The Farina?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how this... I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean.
water as a conscious entity.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst, the little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces...
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice...
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should... What about if... the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her? Her lover makes sure her secret never gets...
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me. And
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death. Both on the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found.
The director was the kindest soul in the world. Yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen?
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont,
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, because... Well, speaking of the
What? You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. I did tell her how I felt once. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled in, well, maybe then she could... And now... Paul. So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm...
In that case, you have to straighten things. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it.
Are you ready to face...
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. Funny you should ask, though.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone.
I'll be 5 minutes.
Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. else more interesting to do? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered.
Alright, I'm back.
If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
That took a little while. That should be until I finish this quest at least. Where are we going? Finish this and maybe do one quest as well.
It's pouring out here! Oh, wait, the water levels aren't rising, are they?
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Ugh, as if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the Traveler here. We don't need to take a detour. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Farina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into Indemnitium. Miss Farina said so herself.
Precisely! And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie, indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Farina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
By royal decree. Yoo-hoo! Wings of darkness, come, sever night from let my name echo in song!
Wretched vermin! The wind rises.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
It's weird. Ever since I've had Farina on my team, I could never keep my HP high.
Pouring out here!
Maybe.
Oh, wait.
I think she does drain HP, right? Oh. Consume HP, that's why.
Water levels aren't rising, are they?
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Farina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an... I care just as much as everyone else about making the little... If I open this can of worms now,
Vilma, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Vilma. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot. The drink in question was Synth.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe, and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean, you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered! She was the love of my life! And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show! How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight! Go! Get lost!
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. and that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that if she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she...
Really? But she sounded like...
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all...
So, the ending.
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater... If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind...
You really think that's...
I trust that nobody would object.
No.
Well,
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermo...
Do we get to see Nouvellette?
Strike a pose! You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearance? Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't...
So, this is all...
Hey! It's full of script lines!
Let me take a look. Maybe... Aha! I found... Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions if we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a...
Lachey took so many lives.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her... wait! It cuts off. Her handwriting here gets patchier and more... Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourself.
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of... I can't bear to think how painful... wait. This part on the last page... If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this still what you want?
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat, I'm sure this is what the troupe would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust. Let's go. It's time. Shower me with praise!
Squall Fury!
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey.
Even in the last moments of her life.
She did her best to protect us, and we know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope, just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Farina.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to
Actually, before that, I'd like to make during the curtain call. Please allow me to.
Huh? But then.
After all, this role was originally besides, a role
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that.
Now we're talking. All right. I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that
No, though that's.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Neuvillette. Hey, look at that! Looks like I guessed right.
You were just guessing?
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. The story of the Little Oceanid is most fascinating. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lead. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly...
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow...
Haven't I already made myself clear? Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors, or... This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a... I must admit, though, I'm a little envious.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy. Yet, I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalect.
You are very welcome.
The wind rises. Behold!
Oh wait. I could just do this while I'm... Where is it? Somewhere here. I'll go there after.
Too slow.
Good news, everyone! It's done. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Nervalette was moved to provide us with a fitting... We've had to fight every step of a touching story. Now, let's...
This is true.
The sooner we can finalize the end, Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things.
Wow, you two have...
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us.
It's amazing. Even though Farina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions.
Hey, Loic, get over here.
That cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their role. If only...
What should we do? It's almost...
Hey, what's going on? Oh no, not again.
They've been getting less and...
What? I thought they cure it.
I figured whatever it took to get me...
How could you do this to yourself? And after...
I'm sorry.
You...
Miss Farina?
Say no more. If you're sick, Loic, your character has no more scenes.
Yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although,
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. From the sublime to...
Thank you, Miss Farina. I'm so...
Never mind. No one likes regrets. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. What, in your opinion...
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain and loneliness.
Well said. I leave director...
Is she here yet?
Let's get here!
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle nourrit, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My... wish...
if you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je suis, serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté. Et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Farina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are...
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not...
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. It's too bad that I had to break the... Still, it felt good.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Hey! That's not what we agreed on!
Oh! So it was for... She's back!
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run...
All right, calm down, don't be mad. This was a group after all. It's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision.
Oh, that. I've got no idea what happened there either. I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her
Yes. Plus, she'll if nothing else, we can say.
Swallow Fury!
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication.
How did the performance go?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic. Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through.
Oh, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance.
Well, I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to—
Blaming your bad luck again, are we?
Oh, don't you start.
Aw, you two clearly care.
I don't know.
You mean we never stop arguing with—
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the Little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should—
Yeah, it's what—
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space.
Hey, don't just walk off.
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally—
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've— What about you, Miss Furina? Any
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go, until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the— Maybe Neuvillette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So yeah, there was once a time, but from now on, I want to watch them blossom, and I'm sure this is what captive—
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true call. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
If a vision is a gift, then I should do my—
That's nice. I like that. I remember correctly, I think it was Neuvillette who gave his first vision to her, right? That's pretty cool. Let's do this thing. Somewhere around here. Then if I have time, I could do another quest. It's quick. Oh crap, wrong one. Maybe it's not here.
Rises.
I missed one? No way. Really? Let me remove this though. How did I miss one? I literally came here.
Too slow.
Where?
Quit following me, Squall and Fury. Behold! Squall and Fury. Rises.
Oh my god, it was right here. Fuck. How did I miss that?
Squall and Fury. Behold! Squall and
Fury!
Too slow.
Let me try and make a few more.
Quit following me.
I'll do this one, and then we'll stop. I'll do that last quest next time. Playing a whistle. That's great.
Rebuild!
Behold! Search for... Squall Fury!
Ah, I love that whistle. Every time that whistle goes off. It's not just the whistle, it's the whole action. Just putting your all into blowing that whistle. Am I missing something? This one? Okay.
Too slow. Swollen Fury. Too slow. Quit following me. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Yeah.
Unsightly insects. Behold.
Oh god. Oh my god. She's gonna do that every single time. I love it. I'm gonna say it now, Melusines are so much cuter than Aranara.
Swan Fury!
By royal decree.
Behold! Quit following me. Wind rises.
I'd like to think she goes around every time someone seems guilty, just goes up to their ears and just blasts that. Arrest him for bad parenting. Probably should.
Swan Fury! Too slow.
Wow. Very direct. It's not, can you help me? It's just help me with farming.
Relax.
This guy's a test?
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
I don't want to preach, I don't give a shit really.
Behold!
Pay first, then take your drink.
Have to find another way.
I can keep drinking.
Relax.
Pay first, then take your drink.
Have to find another way.
This person's a little underleveled.
I can keep drinking.
You need at least one level 80, past 45. Preferably 4 level 80s. Enough to like overworld at
Then
least.
take your drink.
Have to find another way.
I can keep drinking. Pay first, then take your drink.
Swollen Fury!
Okay, here's the deal. Exactly as
Relax. You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is.
I
If
see the
someone
value
can't
in my
handle it,
own work.
maybe
but
that's
I
their
also
problem.
see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Never Ember. I don't know what that is. No clue what that is. I think it might be some kind of billet. No, I don't know. Probably some just boss drop. I haven't played this guy.
Shower me with praise! Time to shine! Allow me! Covenant of the Deep! Let the world collide! Rest and rebuild! Hold the line!
Silence!
The mining echoing song! Billowing surge! Allow me! Shower me with... Time to shine!
Silence!
Covenant of the Deep! Rest and rebuild! Let the world collide! Torrent, bring refuge! Allow me! A breath! Relax and drift. Hold the line!
I don't know. I just stopped doing weeklies. Continued. I just never need them.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure.
I can't even crown my characters because I'm locked by AR-45. AR-45. So there's no point rolling for weekly mats.
Boring. Isn't...
That's the new domain. I thought there was a newer one. Well, I need this one anyway, so it might as well do it, I guess. Oh, they do have 180 though. Nouvelettes at 80.
Rebuild!
Let the mighty be humble.
My name, echoing song!
Did they put Fischl down? Can you put Fischl down, please?
Strike a pose! Let the world come on!
Has Fischl but does not use
Allow
it.
me!
Time to shine! May I...
Overline! Billowing surge! Let's move out.
Oh, this one's good. Oh, defense.
Behold!
I'm so tired. I should probably get some sleep as well. It's nearly 3. Well, it's like 2:30, but nearly 3. 3 in the morning, I mean. I'm telling that person to get some sleep, and I'm like on no sleep. But I'm a grown-up now. Grown-ups get no sleep. I think. I'll try finish this quest. If I can't finish it in like 20 minutes, I'll stop and finish it next time. It was right here. How'd I miss you? Crap. Knew this was gonna happen. Find something shitty to upgrade. This. I have like 100 slots left. Let's see if they talked it out. They did.
Quit following me.
Nice. Following morning 8.
Quit following me. Swallow Fury!
Oh, I wanted to see if it gives you like a debuff if you eat it. I'll deal with those next time if I remember. What's this?
Too slow.
I knew this was gonna happen. It's insane how many times I needed to. Is it here? I think I've been here before. Probably have.
following me. Swallow Fury!
Another test subject.
Crap. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Oh my god. That's insane. The tail.
Another test subject.
Cry loud! Pretty good.
business you're in. You gotta keep up with the changing times.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
More fun than I thought.
Should I stop here?
Need those parts. It's taking him so long.
The way he ran. Oh my god.
Quit following me. The wind rises.
Let's stop. Let's continue it next time. I don't think we're going to finish that anytime soon.
Relax. There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation. Squall and Fury!
there something here?
Squall and Fury!
Oh, it's this one. Oh, there's one more up here. How did I not see that one? Oh crap. Up you go, up you go. Perfect.
Behold! Quit following me! Squall and Fury!
Should I stop here or should I keep going? Yes, special key. Yeah, okay, we'll stop.
Too slow.
It's right here. I don't know what this is, but I'll delete it. And put that there. Alright.
Relax.
We'll continue next time. Continue next time. He's finished these two, and that's pretty much it. Alright, let's stop here. Inspiration. 89. Not bad.